Hey there, Crystal Thompson here. I'm so excited to be here with you. I have some amazing cards using the November 2020 card kit. I hope you enjoy it. We are going to be using just some basic supplies that you probably have in your craft room, along with this newest kit called Big Things Autumn. For our first card, we're going to begin using the Big Things Autumn 6x8 clear stamp set along with a little bit of watercolor. So I have already stamped with some invisible ink the little bird and florals from that Big Things Autumn, and I've colored that in Copics. I grabbed a scrap of a watercolor paper. This is going to be 4¼ by 5½, and using some brown watercolor, I've added a bit of water to the cardstock first and then added some color, flickered it, and allowed to dry. This did take about 5 to 8 minutes, including dry time. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and the reason why is that we're going to use the awesome Simon Says Stamp Gratitude Sentiment Strip Sheet. And this strip sheet of sentiments is included in the kit, and it's really cool because it comes with a bunch of like Thanksgiving and thankful sentiments that you can use on your card. So you could totally mass produce a bunch of cards and just add all these sentiments, and they would all fit within that thank you, happy Thanksgiving realm. For this one, I'm going to be using the Autumn I am thankful for your friendship, and I'm going to leave it nice and white. You can even do some ink blending or watercoloring if you choose to. To start putting our card together, I'm going to begin with the center focus, which is the sentiment, I am thankful for your friendship. Then I'm going to use that little bird included in that stamp set. Again, I have stamped him out of an invisible, very light brown ink, and then I Copic colored him, used my scissors to fussy cut, and added some foam adhesive on the back. Next, I'm going to grab the leaf setting that of the same concept, again stamped with invisible ink or light brown ink, and then water, and then colored with Copics. And then I thought about using this sunflower, and I couldn't find placement for it, and I decided, you know what, I'll save this for my next card or a different project, just because I wanted to be sure that I can use the awesome new Simon Says stamp. And these are the autumn sequin mix, and this is, like I said, brand new to the Simon store. I'm using some Tombow clear adhesive, adding a little drop, and then with my jewel picker I'm going to come in and place those. And I like to kind of tuck in those sequins under these different elements. It makes them look less random. It makes it look like they're sticking right in the bottom. It's going to give it a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of glitter, and just finish up this card. And this is a great way to mass produce some fall cards with that Simon Says Gratitude Sentiment Strip Sheet included in the kit. Going to finish up with the sequins, let it dry, and it's ready to be mailed. Next up, for our second card, we're going to be using some cardstock and the pattern paper included in the kit. So the pattern paper is called the Four Seasons Autumn, and that you get 12 sheets double-sided of this 6x6 sheet. And I selected this beautiful floral, and it's a corner piece, so I went ahead and grabbed my scissors, I fuzzy cut it out, and it's going to be ready. And I love all the colors on it. And we're going to pair this with the Autumn Greetings, and this is what I'm going to show you how we're going to do some ink blending for those sentiment strips. I have my ink blender ready to go. I have the autumn sequins. Again, very simple supplies that you probably already have in your craft room. And last but not least, I have one of the cardstocks included, the dark chocolate cardstock included in the kit. I ran my dark chocolate cardstock through my Gemini using a basic square die. You can use whatever you like, but I was trying to match it so the corner piece of that pattern cardstock would match in the interior. I've added 2 layers of foam adhesive to that brown cardstock, then 1 layer of foam adhesive to the pattern paper, and I am just trying to line it up on the back of that foam adhesive. Since I already removed the protective strip, this is going to stick. I have another piece of the Four Seasons Autumn paper, 4¼ 5½, and this is going to be our card base or card panel, depending on how you create your cards, adding that floral piece, and then kind of letting those leaves and other embellishments kind of pop out of the card. I have that autumn greetings. In hindsight, I wish that I would have done the ink blending and then added the foam adhesive, but that's not what I ended up doing. So using my ink blender and that rusty hinge distress oxide, I'm going to ink blend some of that color directly onto the sentiment strip. You are not going to lose the way that sentiment says. It's just going to add color, and then we're going to place the sentiment onto the in between the brown and the pattern paper, and it's going to be raised above both of them, and it's going to look really cool. The sentiment's going to pop up. And last but not least, we're going to bring in again the awesome autumn sequin mix included in the kit. And I'm going to add quite a few of these, and I'm gonna put them inside of between the pattern paper and the background paper. And I'm gonna spend a couple seconds doing this for this card. And again, super easy set of cards. I'm making a ton of them with this kit. Guys, if you missed my other video, I have another video doing some clean and simple florals, but this is another super easy floral card to make using the kit. For the third card, I'm going to be using, again, the pattern paper, and this kit does come with some custom foil transfer sheets. You get 5 6x6 foil sheets, and you also get the awesome 4 1/4 by 5 by half transfer sheets, and these are clear. And of course the pattern paper from the 4 Seasons Autumn 6x6 sheet. I have my mini mink. I'm warming it up, and I'm using it on the hottest level, which is a 5, and you see that red blinking light. It means it's heating up. I have my transfer ready to go. I'm going to be using gold, and I'm going to press that So Thankful under the gold, putting my protective cover, and then letting this run through the mink. And it's going to transfer that foil to the awesome transfer sheets included in the kit. And you get 3 of these. So you get 5 foils and 3 transfer sheets. I'm going to peel back and let me show you what it looks like. And look how cool. But for this card, I'm only going to be using the So Very Thankful. So using some scissors, I'm going to trim around all that So Very Thankful. I'm going to save that cute little hedgehog and the awesome little deer, and we're going to use that at a different time, but it allows you can make 2 cards of 1 transfer sheet. So that Very Thankful, I've cut around it. I've added foam adhesive just to those longer pieces, and this is black so you wouldn't be able to see it. I'm going to place that down onto that pumpkin pattern paper that I've cut 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, if I haven't said that yet. And then we are going to finish the entire card by embellishing it with some mono Tombow liquid adhesive in clear, and then of course adding the included autumn sequin mix to the card. And guys, last but not least, for our next card, we're going to be using one of the really neat sentiments included in the kit along with the florals. For this, I'm going to use a mini Misty because I want to be sure that it's going to stamp properly, and I am a terrible stamper. So we're going to begin by doing some masking onto the cardstock included, and this is Desert Storm 80-pound cardstock included in the kit, and cut 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I have the floral image from the Big Things Autumn, and I place that on my mini Misty as well, and using some washi tape, and this is just random washi tape from my craft stash, I'm going to create a triangle, a sideways triangle, and this is going to mask it. And then using the same washi tape, I'm going to place it all the way through the top and bottom of those corners, And as you can see, I kind of rub it on my hands because this washi tape was not made to mask. It is for decoration, but I want to use it to mask. So what I'm going to do is remove the sticky back by placing some of my personal hand oil onto it, remove the sticky, and that way my cardstock will not be torn up when I remove those washi tapes. I'm going to ink it up with some brown distress oxide, and I'm going to press down several times, ended up inking it a couple times as well. And that is why I decided to use the Mini Misty, especially when masking, just because it does create a tiny little layer from the washi to the cardstock, and then I can press nice and hard, making sure that it's going to stick. And if you want something really, really crisp, you just keep adding on that color and make sure that your cardstock's not going to go anywhere. And it's not when you have 80 pieces of washi tape holding down to it, right? Okay, that's done. I'm going to remove the card right off of that Mini Misty, and then I'm going to remove all that washi, and we're going to color. So I'm going to begin coloring with my Copics. I'm not going to do a ton of blending because I really want it to be nice and fast. And I'm going to do all my Copic coloring. And again, this took me like 5 minutes. I'm going to fast forward for the purposes of the card, and you can even fast forward the video if you like. But again, I'm not doing a ton of ink blending on this. So once we remove all the washi, we're going to move on to the sentiment. For this sentiment strip, it says, "In this season of thanks, I am most thankful for you." I'm going to do some heat embossing with the Simon Says Stamp Watermark Embossing Ink, and then we're going to cover the whole thing with some gold fine detail embossing powder, also from Simon. I'm going to run it through my heat gun, going to add a little piece of foam, we're going to trim it, and we're going to place it down on the center of the card, still allowing that triangle shape. And this card was really inspired by Farhana Sakar, who is my good friend, and I saw this on her Instagram feed, different stamp set of course, and I just love the idea of that triangle. So we went ahead and kind of tweaked it a little bit by doing some masking, so kind of giving a shout out to her for her awesome creativity, and then letting me kind of make it my own. We're going to add that floral piece from the big thanks that I have stamped and then colored in Copics. And last but not least, we're going to be adding, again, some of the autumn sequin mix included in the kit. And I think we use the sequin mixed in every card of this video, which is really cool, right? Because you want to maximize the amount, maximize what you're using for your cards. It's going to take a couple minutes just to press those down, but it really finishes up the card by adding a little couple glitter pieces. And guys, that does it for me. Thank you so much for joining me today on the newest November 2020 card kit release from Simon Says Stamp called the Big Thanks Autumn. All products are listed down below on the video link, and these are affiliate links. So if you purchase anything, I get a tiny little commission for it. No cost to you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much.